So when people pass away, is that really the end?
What happens when people die?
As human beings, every single one of us is burdened with the knowledge of our own eventual death. We have to grapple with the fact that one day our life here on earth will end. That fact fills us with fear and dread and anxiety when we think about it, and we try to avoid it at all costs. Death is a terrible thing. Death separates a person bodily from those that he or she loves on earth. Death is a consequence of our sin, and therefore it was not part of God's original plan for us. The hope for us as Christians, however, is in the death and resurrection of Christ. Death itself has been transformed and overcome. So rather than being the end of all things, death becomes our birthing into the fullness of life. When we surrender ourselves in death, having lived our life in faith, it's the passage into the kingdom of heaven. It is our opening into the broad and beautiful life of God forever in his kingdom. So for us as Christians, death isn't the ultimately worst thing if we die in faith, if we die in grace. Death is fearful, death is something that we dread, and yet in the power of Christ's victory over it, we can even come to embrace it as the fullness of God's love for us. In a sense, death is our most creative human act. It's the summation of our life. And just like Jesus on the cross, we hand ourselves over to the Father in trust that on the other side of death is the glorious life of the resurrection.
It's the year of faith, and we're connecting Christ and the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Ignite your faith. Share this video with a friend and spark up a spirited conversation today. So what's the next C4 all about? We invite you to come back and see for yourself.